Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff's powerful semifinal sweep. Collision dominates Eva Lys in straight sets at China Open. The packed stadium in Beijing roared with every swing of the racket. Under the bright lights of the China Open semifinals, a 21-year-old American phenom stepped on the court with a fire in her eyes. That player was Coco Gauff, the prodigy-turned-superstar whose journey from teenage sensation to global icon has been nothing short of meteoric. Across the net stood Eva Lys, the rising German powerhouse, eager to carve her own name into tennis history. What followed was not just a tennis match. It was a statement, a showcase of determination, power, and poise. Coco Gauff dominated from the very first serve, overwhelming Lys with precision, athleticism, and an aura of inevitability. In straight sets, she secured her place in the China Open final, but more than that, she proved once again why she is shaping the future of tennis. This is the story of Coco's powerful semifinal sweep, a match that transcended sport and cemented her growing legacy. The setting, Beijing under the spotlight. The China Open has always been a battleground for legends. From Serena Williams to Novak Djokovic, champions across eras have marked Beijing as a proving ground. The 2025 edition was no exception, drawing the best of the best in a tournament that feels as grand as any slam. For Coco Gauff, arriving in Beijing carried both pressure and promise. The world had been watching her closely since her 2023 U.S. Open triumph, a victory that transformed her from rising star into bona fide champion. Expectations swirled around her. Every tournament became a test, every match an opportunity to silence doubters and inspire millions. Eva Lys, meanwhile, represented a new wave of fearless competitors. Though less decorated than Gauff, Lys had made her way to the semifinals through grit and surprising upsets. Her powerful baseline game and ability to disrupt rhythm made her dangerous, especially against players who underestimated her resolve. But under the lights of the National Tennis Center, experience, maturity, and raw athleticism tipped the balance. The first set, Coco's thunderous start. From a very first rally, Coco announced her intentions. Her serve, once criticized early in her career, has now become a weapon, clocking over 115 miles per hour with surgical placement. Each ace was met with applause, each unreturnable serve a dagger to Lys's confidence. Gauff broke Lys's serve in just the third game, pushing ahead 3-1. The crowd felt the shift immediately. Gauff's footwork was sharp, her returns relentless. Lys, who often thrives by dictating pace, found herself pinned to backline, reacting rather than creating. At 5-2, Gauff unleashed a breathtaking forehand winner down the line that left the German frozen mid-step. It was the exclamation point of the set, a reminder that Coco doesn't just win, she dominates when her rhythm clicks. Moments later, she sealed the first set 6-2, pumping her fists with intensity. It wasn't arrogance. It was hunger, the kind of hunger only champions carry. The battle within, mind games and momentum. Tennis is not just about strokes and strategies. It's about composure. Coco Gauff has often spoken about the mental evolution of her game, how she learned from tough defeats to build resilience. The semifinal was a showcase of that mental steel. Eva Lys tried to fight back in the second set, swinging more freely, charging the net, and mixing in slices to break Gauff's rhythm. For a brief stretch, it seemed to work. Lys earned a break point at 2-2, the crowd buzzing with the possibility of a turnaround. But Coco refused to bend. With nerves of steel, she fired back-to-back aces, erasing the danger. Then, with a crushing backhand passing shot, she held serve and swung momentum firmly in her favor. That moment, the refusal to let Lys seize control, defined the match. Champions are not only measured by how they dominate, but by how they respond under pressure. Coco responded with brilliance, closing the door, straight set triumph. The final games were a blur of athletic supremacy. Coco's defense, once described as otherworldly by commentators, turned into offense. She chased down balls that seemed impossible, counterpunching with devastating accuracy. Lys, frustrated and exhausted, watched winners fly past her racket. At 5-2 in the second set, the crowd knew it was inevitable. Coco stepped to the baseline, the serve for the match. The stadium fell into a hush, everyone aware they were witnessing something special. First serve, ace. Second point, forcing error. Third point, forehand winner. Match point, a blistering cross-court backhand that clipped the line. Game, set, match. Coco Gauff, 6-2, 6-2. Her celebration was restrained yet powerful, a hand over her heart, a look skyward, and a fist pump that radiated determination. She wasn't just happy to be in the final. She was expecting it. Beyond the court, Coco's growing legacy. Coco Gauff's semifinal sweep is more than just another win. It's a chapter in a story that stretches back to her earliest days on tour. At just 15 years old, she shocked the world by defeating Venus Williams at Wimbledon. Since then, every step has been scrutinized, her setbacks dissected, her triumphs celebrated. But what makes Gauff extraordinary is her balance of athletic greatness and social awareness. She has spoken fearlessly on issues of equality, justice, and the importance of representation. She doesn't shy away from being a voice for her generation, and that authenticity endears her to fans around the world. This victory in Beijing wasn't just for her. It was for every young girl watching, dreaming of picking up a racket and believing they too can stand on the biggest stages. Eva Lys, a worthy challenger. While Coco's dominance took the spotlight, Eva Lys deserves recognition. At just 23, her rise has been steady and inspiring. To reach the semifinals of a major tournament like the China Open is no small feat. She pushed through seasoned opponents and proved she belongs among the elite. Her loss to Gauff may sting, but it will likely serve as fuel. Every great champion has faced moments of defeat before rising higher. Lys showed glimpses of brilliance, her backhand angles, her net approaches, and it's clear she has a foundation to be a consistent force on the WTA Tour. In time, perhaps she and Coco will develop a rivalry that electrifies fans across the globe. The road ahead, the China Open final. For Coco, the journey doesn't end here. The semifinal sweep sets up a tantalizing final that could define her season. The China Open trophy is more than silverware. It's a symbol of dominance, of global reach, and of readiness to claim even bigger prizes. Whoever awaits in the final, one truth is certain. Coco Gauff has momentum and the aura of inevitability. She's no longer the underdog. She's a standard others measure themselves against. It's about witnessing the rise of greatness, the spark of inspiration, the power of belief. Her straight-set victory over Eva Lys will be remembered not just as a semifinal triumph, but as a moment in the unfolding story of a young woman destined to leave a mark far beyond the tennis court. Coco Gauff's powerful sweep wasn't just tennis. It was poetry. It was power. It was a future unfolding before our eyes. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.